The Type 95 Rogo heavy tank was designed at the end of the multi-turret period in the history of Japanese tanks. Its story can be traced to the Type 91, a predecessor made by Mitsubishi in the early 1930s. With a mass of only 18 tons, it would be more of a medium tank, by the standards of Western Europe and the Soviet Union. Its main caliber was a 70mm cannon though, which in Japan meant that the tank was a heavy one. At the time, the world of tank building was undergoing its multi-turret phase, so the engineers gave this heavy vehicle 3 turrets placed in a line along the hull. Only a single Type 91 had ever been made in metal, so it was never approved for mass production. The military demanded a modernization that resulted in the Type 95 Rogo. The new tank didn't offer a radically new design. The engineers focused on improving existing technologies and enhancing firepower. The main caliber was a 70mm cannon with a low muzzle velocity that was good for infantry support. For armored targets, the tank received another 37mm cannon in an auxiliary turret. The hull was still the same riveted armor with thickness ranging between 13 and 35mm, which was quite standard for the time. The chassis, though, underwent some major change. Instead of a large number of smaller wheels, the design team opted for fewer but large road wheels. The resulting mass of the vehicle almost reached 27 tons, so it received a new engine with 290 horsepower. Still, its top speed was limited to only 22 kilometers an hour. After the tank's arguable performance at the tests, the command placed an order for a small batch of tanks to be made at the Osaka arsenal. The exact number of tanks made is unknown. Some sources stated only a few prototypes were made, while others claim that the factory managed to complete around a dozen before the end of the 1930s. The Rogo's service was pretty uneventful. It spent most of its life outside combat, first lingering in the reserve and then being sent to training classes. Some unconfirmed reports state that this tank managed to see real action at the end of the 1930s, during the war with China. The Rogo could have been used as a base for an SPG as well, since the tank's chassis could support even heavier weapons. The future SPG design had a few options for weapons, such as a 120mm heavy naval gun, with an open compartment and armored plates in the front. The gun was developed in France in the 19th century, but it was still powerful enough to be used in combat at the time. The Type 95 had quite a list of flaws. It was slow, large, and plated with archaic riveted armor. On top of that, Japan's tank industry wasn't yet ready to build sophisticated and expensive machines. All these factors predefined the fate of the Rogo. Had it been produced in numbers, it could have been pretty dangerous for tanks of the interwar period, since they didn't have thick shell-proof armor. And in the Asia-Pacific region, where most of Japan's neighbors are situated, it simply had no competition at all. Experience gained by Mitsubishi engineers while developing the Type 95 was later used to design other vehicles, from the Chiha workhorses that endured the Second World War to the OI, a 100-ton monster that never saw the light of day.